Welcome everyone, it's Bollywood Boulevard and I'm Geetika. Great to have you with us. We have a wonderful show for you today. In studio from the dance company Bollywood Grooves, it's the talented and lovely Lopa Sarkar.
It's a full-scale global invasion. We're talking about the world of Bollywood dance. Here now in studio to talk about Bollywood dance is Bollywood Grooves, Lopa Sarkar. Welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having me.
I've been dying to chat with you because you're one of those rare performers that's had the ability to dance all around the world. Let's take us back a little. What has your training been like and how did you get started in this field?
I started in dance when I was really young in Toronto. I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer, which is a style of classical Indian dance. So I did that for over 20 years. And then I kind of wanted to break out into something where I could take all the different styles of dance I've learned and put it together. So that led me to Bollywood.
And Bollywood Grooves is the name of your company, right?
Yes, it is. It's the Canadian branch, and I run that here in Toronto.
Now, we were speaking off camera about the fact that this is something that started in England. Tell us that story a little bit quickly for our audience as well.
Sure. Bollywood Grooves began in the UK by two girls, and their goal was to bring Bollywood and Bhangra dance to the mainstream. And because London has such a transient population, they had dancers from all over the world who were in London at the time working with them. Okay. And I was one of those dancers that joined them at one point.
And there are other dancers that have the same Bollywood Grooves in different countries as well?
That's right. We have someone in Brazil, someone in South Africa, myself here.
Now, you have this rare ability, like I said, to dance in many places, but I'm not just speaking about Oakville, Brampton, Toronto. I'm speaking about Club Med and Bahamas and places that I'd love to be right now. What takes you to all these places? The
reason I started my company is I wanted to bring Bollywood dance to mainstream. And whether it's Bollywood, modern Indian, fusion, I just wanted to bring a bit of Indian culture out into the mainstream. And so in that process, I've ended up just all over the world, and it's been very fortunate for me.
Now, you speak about the mainstream, and I have to think most recently in things like So You Think You Can Dance. And then, of course, in music videos, Madonna's videos, and many artists' videos, you see the influence of Bollywood and Indian dance in general. How do you find that influences the way you teach?
The way I teach is not really influenced by that. I think the people that come to my class are influenced by that, and that's helping bring people from all backgrounds to Bollywood. And my class itself actually doesn't have a predominantly South Asian base. Most of the people are from all other cultures, and they've heard of it or seen it, and they've called me and said, I really love this, can I come?
Right. Okay, and now you mentioned also before that you're not exactly ingrained in the whole Bollywood scene, but you're definitely influenced and you take your style from the whole Bollywood atmosphere, so to speak. What do you think is it about the music now and how it's evolved that really gets the non-South Asians interested in the scene?
I think because now Bollywood music incorporates everything. It can have a Latin feel, it can have a hip-hop feel, it can have a Middle Eastern Arabic feel. And so when people from other cultures hear it, they're like, wait a minute, I get that. That sounds like other stuff that I listen to, but it's Bollywood. And so that just gets more people excited about it. And so when they come to class, they hear different styles of music, but it's still Bollywood, and that just, it gets them all invigorated, and they relate to it.
Which is great because it really does have that mainstream appeal. Now, when you see some of the shows that are popular, I mentioned So You Think You Can Dance, and I know there's a Canadian version, and there's many contests and stuff like that. Is it something that you thought about doing at any point, you know, trying to figure out if your style could be naturally nurtured into a mainstream sort of show like that?
I never really thought about it because to me dance is just an expression of myself. So whatever I'm choreographing or performing or putting something together, I just want to express where I'm at in my life right now and everything that came before it. So I don't really create work with the idea of where will this go or where could this take me. I just create work because I want to create it.
Now, you've also worked with several well-known artists as well, according to your website. Tell us a little bit about, you know, working in different places and the different mentalities and the different industries you've worked in as well.
One great thing I did was when I was in New York City, I took part in a documentary, and it was done by a girl named Pavitra Chalam, who's originally from India. And that was great because it was about the origins of Devadasis, which relates back to Bharatanatyam. So it was great to go to New York City, work on this documentary, and it's related to something that's so important to me. And then we were so lucky, we got to dance backup for Raghav when he was in Toronto, who I love because he's huge in the UK, and he's lovely, and we got to dance backup with Malkeet Singh. And it's just so great to have these people contact us and say, hey, we'd love for you to be on stage with us. us.
Perfect. And the most interesting thing I have to say that you've mentioned so far is that people in your class are from the ages of 20 to 60.
Yes, and beyond.
And beyond. So tell us how people can find out more about your classes and what you're doing in Toronto.
Yeah, they can go to my website, which is lopasarkar.com.
Okay.
And it tells them about the upcoming events, upcoming classes, and they can join my mailing list.
And is there a favorite choreographer that you look to and you say that's the career path I want to take?
I do love Farah Khan, but then I also love tribal belly dance, and I love Rachel Bryce, so all kinds of artists.
Tribal belly dance. I'm going to have to save that story for next time because tribal belly dance is not something I'm familiar with, but I'm sure it's something people can learn through your classes.
They can.
So log on to your website, people can find out more information, and please, anytime you're doing a show in Toronto, drop us a line and let us know what's going on.
I will, thank you.
There's much more coming up on Bollywood Boulevard with Geethika. Please stay with us. Jalva. Jalva.